Hello dear students, welcome back to our new channel. Students, today we have two amazing stories. One is about Orans, Rajasthan's sacred forests that have been protected by local communities for centuries. And then we have uh, another news which takes us deep into the waters of mighty Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers, where the thousands of gangetic dolphins live. But how many exactly? Scientists have counted them for the first time. Okay, how did they do it? And why are these dolphins so special? So get ready to dive into the mysteries of forests and rivers with real life examples, fun facts, and even a small special quiz at the end. All right, so let's get started. First, imagine walking into a dense green forest in Rajasthan. The trees are tall, the air is fresh, and there's a small temple in the middle. Now, this is what an Oran is, a sacred grove that has been protected by villagers for centuries. Okay, so Orans are not just forests, they are places of worship, community gathering, and even water conservation. Every Oran has a local deity, and cutting trees is strictly prohibited because people believe that it would anger the gods. Sounds interesting, right? But why are Orans suddenly in the news? See, it all started in December 2024. The court said that Orans should be protected as forests under India's environmental laws. This means they would get legal protection, but it also means the government could control their use. And that's where the problem begins. So let's think about this for a moment. Right now, Orans are protected by local communities. That much we are clear with, right? Villagers, it is actually villagers who decide how to use them, where animals can graze, and when to hold religious ceremonies. But if the government takes control, will the people still have the same kind of power? So that's the question. And here's an example. Imagine you have a school garden, है ना? And you and your friends take care of it. You water the plants, you grow vegetables, and you make sure nobody destroys the flowers. But one day, the principal says this garden will now be managed by the school administration. Well, the principal means well, but what if they decide to build a parking lot there? You wouldn't have much say, right? So that's exactly what villagers in Rajasthan fear. They believe that if government takes control of Orans, they might allow tourism, safaris, or other projects that could harm the forest. Okay, so that is what their concern is. And when we talk about importance of Orans, see, they are quite important. Reason being, first of all, they are home to animals, birds, and the endangered great Indian bustard. Yes, critically endangered. Great Indian bustard, they are critically India's most critically endangered bird. They are home to this species. Okay, and it is also Rajasthan state bird. Moreover, Orans help store rainwater and it also improve groundwater levels, preventing droughts because we know what kind of calamity, what kind of uh, 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 sit- how situation will worsen in Rajasthan if there's no proper rainwater harvesting or if there's no proper water conservation methods. You know? Because we know Rajasthan is a water scarce state. Moreover, and what kind of weather it has, we are aware of it. So Orans, it helps store rainwater. It also helps in improving the groundwater levels, right? Moreover, These kind of forests, these sacred groves, it also has cultural significance. Why? Because these forests are linked to religious beliefs and even traditional festivals, so it also has a cultural significance. So the big question is, should orans be formally protected or left to communities? Well, some experts say yes, okay, that they should be legally protected so that no one can cut down trees or misuse them. Others say local communities should remain in charge as they have been the best protector of orans for centuries. है ना, कितने सालों से तो वही प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हैं. ओके, तो अभी भी उन्हीं को ही दे देना चाहिए, ऐसे कुछ एक्सपर्ट्स कर कह रहे हैं. और कुछ एक्सपर्ट्स क्या कह रहे हैं कि दे शुड बी दे शुड हैव लीगल प्रोटेक्शन. ओके, अब हम बात करते हैं नेक्स्ट न्यूज आर्टिकल की. ओके, so let's leave the forest behind and jump into the Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers, where some of the most mysterious creatures of India live, the Gangetic dolphins. Did you know that that Gangetic dolphins are basically blind? Yes, they are blind. So they have a special ability where uh, using that they use that method to see underwater. Okay, but essentially they are blind. They are also known as blind tigers of our river. So for the first time, what's the news? For the first time, scientists have counted these dolphins across 4 states, and guess what they found? 6,327 dolphins in those 4 states. Okay, so how did they count the dolphins? Well, of course, it wasn't easy. Imagine you have to count dolphins, which are creatures basically living in water. So it's not going to be an easy task, right? So unlike tigers, which can be counted using camera traps, dolphins stay underwater and they only surface for a few seconds. So scientists they used acoustic hydrophones. Okay, they used what? They used acoustic hydrophones, which are basically special underwater microphones that record dolphin sounds. Okay, so where were the dolphins found? Ganga River and its tributaries. First in Ganga River and its tributaries around 5689, and then in the Brahmaputra River and its tributaries they found near about 996 dolphins. In Beas River also 101, and in Indus River just 3 dolphins. So this ये जो सर्वे हुआ ये क्या बताता है हमें? It tells us something important, that dolphins are mostly found in the Ganga. Okay, but wait, there's bad news too. See, these dolphins, they are facing many threats. बहुत सारे threats हैं जो ये जो dolphins है वो face करना पड़ रहा है इनको. ओके, तो कौन कौन से threats हैं? सबसे पहले तो एक जो major threat है वो है habitat destruction, है ना? Habitat destruction का है, pollution का है. See, industrial waste and sewage they make the rivers dirty, right? तो एक ये भी factor है. दूसरा दूसरा threat क्या है? Fishing nets. The dolphins might, they often get trapped and die in these fishing nets. Okay. Then dams and construction. These dams, whenever government is building the dams, these block the dolphins' movement. Okay, so that also poses a threat. And then we have climate change. Less water in the river means less space for dolphins. Imagine you are living in a room and year by year your room itself is decreasing in its size. So that is what happening for marine animals. Okay, so climate change is another threat. But don't worry, the government has launched Project Dolphin to save them. Okay, plus Bihar has a dolphin research center and more sanctuaries are being planned. So government is also paying attention to this. Okay. Now, there are some facts that are mentioned in this article, that they can only live in fresh water. Okay, so they only live in fresh water. So they are freshwater dolphins. They are essentially blind and they hunt by emitting ultrasonic sound. They can't breathe in water and must surface every 30 to 120 seconds for air. And they are also called susu. Why? Because because of the sound they make while breathing. Okay, so its IUCN red list is endangered, and also has wildlife. It also comes under Wildlife Protection Act. Okay, so प्रोजेक्ट डॉल्फिन है 2021 में स्टार्ट हुआ था. नेशनल डॉल्फिन रिसर्च सेंटर it is India's and Asia's first dolphin research center, and it is in Patna University, Bihar. Okay, Vikramshila Sanctuary is also there in Bihar. Hastinapur Sanctuary in UP, it is also being proposed. All right, so that's all for today, students. First, we covered regarding the orans in Rajasthan, right? Or the question was in the news article, the question was, should they be protected by law or should local communities continue managing them? And then we learned some facts regarding Gangetic dolphins and why they were in news recently because scientists have counted them. But can we protect them from pollution and habitat destruction? That is again another question. Okay. Now it's time for a quick quiz for you. You're going to tell me in the comments below what is an ORAN and why is it important? And then which state reported the highest number of dolphins? Okay, so these are the questions for you to answer. All right, so that's all for today's episode. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay connected with the nature. See you next time.